Oh, it's gonna be so weird sitting on this couch or fucking whatever next to you. Jacob, they didn't believe us. Get out. Get out of my house. People didn't believe it when I told them we were in the same office.
We've been here this whole time.
Yeah. We just moved over to the library, the common room.
We're not like in the same office space anymore. We just moved to a different office. That's all.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit more friendly to set up for a side by side instead of what we normally do, and we're like just on the opposite side of the room.
Yeah.
In the same room.
That is what we normally do, except you still haven't painted your half of the office black. You should, though. It's a good idea.
Dude, that was a fun live stream, I'm not going to lie. And up until the end.
It was fun for me up until the next day when I looked in the office and I go, fuck no. I painted it all black. I went out and bought another can of paint.
Nope.
Went through it all black. Oh, man. Things will get better, right?
The uncertainty in your voice when you said that killed me.
I already miss just staring straight at each other because this is weird for me to crane over.
Just pull one of these.
What if I just sit cross-legged? Like I'm really eager to hear what you have to say. On together, do a reading. Yeah.
Fuck.
We could do this now. All right. No. Enough of that shit. We don't touch on this podcast. This is a COVID-friendly podcast.
Well, we both have COVID now, so.
All right. So, dude, you're back in the States. You never left the country, but you're back in the States.
Well, some people would argue that Rhode Island's not a state because it's so small. Everyone tells me that.
That's fair enough. But
I had this coworker at Scott's. His name was Terrence. Love you, Terrence. You're great. Miss you, buddy. And I was going to go over and say, hey. And I messaged him on Facebook. He's an older guy. He's in his 50s or so. Doesn't check his phone very often. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I texted him, and he never responded. So, like, me and my mom and sister are sitting down eating lunch. And he video calls me on Facebook with his phone like this. Hey, Jake. He's an older black dude from Mississippi. He's got like a heavy accent, like a heavy Southern drawl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the dude is he's just fucking hilarious. But anyway, he asked me, he's like, how's Rhode Island? How is Rhode Island even a state? Isn't that like the tiniest state in the country? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And I told him that he needs to come fly out there and like hang out. And he's like, fly out there? Rhode Island's got an airport? He was like just amazed at the fact that Rhode Island had an airport.
Do you know what the population is of Rhode Island?
I'm gonna look it up.
Of all of Rhode Island?
The Rhode Island population is 1.094 million.
Yeah, that's pretty rough.
So compared to Iowa, which is the state I came from, 3.2 million.
Yeah.
But you can fit
way more people in Iowa.
Oh yeah,
in Rhode Island too.
I'm trying to think of how many you can fit. Like so many Rhode Islands in the state of Iowa. Like I looked at a map one time and you can fit like I want to say it was like 50 something Rhode Islands in Iowa.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but it's a tiny state. It only takes like an hour and change to get from the top to the bottom of it.
I say it'd be really funny if you drove past like a welcome to Rhode Island sign and it's like your GPS says you're now entering Rhode Island and then like you stop for gas and then 2 seconds later you see another sign that's exiting and your thing's like, all right, see you later.
Yeah. Welcome to Connecticut. Like 5 minutes down the road. We could record a whole entire podcast episode in the time it would take us to drive from the top to the bottom of Rhode Island.
Dude, that'd be a really fucking cool clickbait concept.
We record a whole podcast episode and the entire time we drive across a state. We just don't mention what state it is.
Yeah.
And it's Rhode Island, so it's no longer than any of our other episodes.
And then we do the Texas version.
Just like a 9.5 hour long episode of.
We could do that. We could just start doing these boss battles of various degrees for states to travel across.
Is Texas the biggest? Or is Alaska bigger?
I I think Texas is the biggest, even in the continental United States, like except for that. But like if you were to drive top to bottom of California, now that would take probably much longer.
Yeah. California's pretty big.
Yeah, I believe that Texas is bigger than Alaska.
I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know, dude. I couldn't even pass the U.S. Constitution test if I took it right now.
Is Alaska bigger than Texas? Alaska is way bigger than Texas.
Are
2.5
you
times
shitting me?
larger. It's like a fourth of the United States.
All right, well, I guess that's what we're driving across.
For anybody wondering, it's not going to pick. Oh, there it is.
Ooh, or would no, the worst one would probably be if we drove across Hawaii, because you got a ramp from island to island.
That'd be sick though if we like got past one island and then we just got on a boat.
Yeah, I'd say it'd probably be a ferry.
And continued the podcast the whole time, and then we got on another island, and so forth.
On thin ice, across the thin ice,
And then-
and we drive across like Greenland or something. I have no idea.
I think the Hawaii one has to end in us jumping in the volcano.
That would be cool.
That'd be the ideal outcome,
Yeah,
and then we don't have to do this anymore.
there's a lot of better ways to end it, but yeah, that'd be a really cool one for sure.
A better way to end it on thin ice than to jump into a volcano.
That's not ice theme. That's fire theme.
I know. That's the exact. It's the counterpart to ice. It's the thing that ends ice. Lava.
What if I just put chains and cement blocks around your ankles and dropped you on an underwater volcano and you just got fucking blasted?
That'd be lit.
You just turned to bubbles.
That would be lit.
Because that's how that science works, I'm pretty sure.
I would probably implode on myself hitting the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Because the weight of the ocean would just. I'd look like that one submarine that.
The ocean can't be that heavy. You ever pick up a glass of water? It's not the end of the world. Everything's lighter underwater, too. So if you dive under and you just start going like, it's going to be really easy.
Man, I don't know how any of that works, but like, in theory, that makes sense. Well, no, it doesn't, because you're lighter.
Yeah.
The water's
Well,
not lighter.
It's got stuff to do with buoyancy. That I know. That I know from a little bit of physics. But at a certain point, this is something I never
not super
fucking understood, was that in physics, everything has, depending on its like mass and density or whatever, it will sink to a certain point, but because of buoyancy, it's supposed to stop sinking because everything has to like float a little bit, but somehow everything still drops to the bottom. So
Ocean too heavy.
can we get what's his name? Hank Green. Can we get Hank Green on the podcast to explain this? Can I get Bill Nye out here?
Yeah, we need some Bill Nye and
Bill Nye, can you explain water physics to us?
Joe Rogan.
Maybe not that. Joe Rogan, how do we fight a bear underwater?
Neil deGrasse Tyson made him on here.
But yeah, dude, you're back, and we are fucking behind because everything in our lives is catching up, and we don't have time to record. So we're actually doing this one live and then publishing it later. So it's technically a video.
Yeah.
And you're here in my house.
Yeah, I
don't
am.
know how you got here, but
I don't either. But you know how you have to pay the toll to get into Illinois on that bridge?
yeah.
I forgot because I haven't been here in like a
Take
year.
card.
So I drove up and I'm like, oh shit. So I'm looking ahead and I'm slowing down on the bridge and I see the sign that says cash only and I'm like, I don't want any cash. So I'm like rummaging around in my mom's truck for like change to scrape up fucking $2 to get across the bridge. And I pull up next to the thing and the girl that's at the window is like, hello, how's it going? And I'm like, give me a second. I'm visiting from out of town. I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm like frantically looking through my truck for $2. And she looks at me and I don't know if she felt bad or if she was hella attracted to my hobo get up and was like, honestly, I don't care. It's no big deal. And she like smiled at me and told me to just go. I was like, damn.
A woman smiled at you. I mean, you know what that means, right? That means she's obviously attracted to you.
Yeah.
That's what that means. Everyone knows that. Every 40-year-old dad that goes and has a waitress
I
that's
look
doing their job knows that.
I look like a 40-year-old dad right now. I've got my cutoff band t-shirt in my...
Can we get Creed on the podcast?
I was listening to Creed. I'm
Yes,
not
you were.
even kidding you. I was listening to Creed. I looked like this. I look like I'm stoned out of my mind right now. No, I'm just kidding. But Yeah, no, she said just go ahead. She was like, I'm not gonna watch this dude struggle for $2. Oh man,
That'd be a fun. That's a video idea.
Hmm.
Watching someone struggle for $2. That's a good Mr. Beast video idea.
Watching somebody struggle for $2 versus watching somebody struggle for $2 million.
Those are fucking stupid videos. I can't stand.
Yeah,
I can't stand watching those
They're awful.
anymore.
They're all awful. I don't know. I'm not the demographic for Mr. Beast, so like, I was intrigued at a couple of his videos where he would do like some crazy bombastic shit, but then I'm like, nah. I'm just gonna go watch the slow-mo guys do it in slow motion instead because it's way cooler.
I did recently rewatch. He's had this running series now because I'm pretty sure he must be doing it because you can get more views and more money out of it. But he's got this one recurring guy that comes back and keeps doing these really athletic challenges, like Wipeout, but way more intense.
Oh yeah.
And the dude finally came back and beat it and won like $800,000 or some shit like that. But I've been having to run on the treadmill in the gym because it's fucking too hot outside. So I keep the fan blasting 2 feet from me.
That's why I've got my 40-year-old dad get up going on.
Yeah, it's chillier in the library, so I always stay strapped with a long sleeve. But yeah, I was watching that video out there running on the treadmill, and it was awesome. It just felt better watching someone do something athletic while I'm trying to just run at a 5-mile pace on my treadmill.
I would love to do one of those Wipeout challenges.
That would be fun.
I want to do that so bad.
I want to do those like American Ninja Warrior contests.
No.
I want to be able to jump and like I want to do that shit where you grab the bar and you have to jump up, release it, and hook onto the next one and swing.
I could probably do that for like 3 bars and I'd get winded.
I would do that. I would slip and I'd just eat shit. I'd land on my back and I'd be like, oh, I'm not getting up.
No, dude, speaking of back, so my parents fucking set up 2 beds in Deanna's old room in their house for us to stay. And Deanna went down into the room first and she's like, I'm going to choose the bed. And I'm like, so she's going to leave me with the shitty one probably. And she gets down there and she left me with the futon that's like harder than this futon.
Harder than this one?
Yes, it's like a fucking wooden board. And I was like, you son of a bitch. So the next day we're getting coffee at Sweat & Co. downtown. And she's telling her friend Raven about the bed picking situation, and I thought she was going to say when I picked my bed there was a spider in it, so I chose the other one. And I'm like, you son of a bitch, you did not just give me the spider bed. And she's like, no, I just like it just freaked me out, so I swatted it off. I thought she was about to tell me that the spider made her choose the other bed, and she left me with the one with the spider in it.
Even better.
I would have been pissed.
I would have either kicked her out or told her to scoot over.
Just curl up like a dog at the foot of the bed or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, yeah, no, but anyway, the challenges that like anything that I would fall on my back for, I'd be done. I'd be toast. Because sleeping on that futon just once is just like,
yeah,
I wake up stiff as hell.
I've slept on this one like twice and it hurts. Like you have to lay your ass in this slot here in this crack just to have something that like fills out your body shape a little bit more.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're just planking.
Yeah, no, dude, I cannot wait to lay in my own bed. My own bed is nice and squishy and I can just like lay in it and sink.
I've been so uncomfortable sleeping in my own bed here in the house recently, like with working the hours that I do, and that I can talk about fucking my head up and all that, but like I go and I lay on my back, I can't get comfortable, I lay on my sides, I'm too hot, and I end up laying on my fucking stomach, and then my neck is under the pillow, so I'm fucking laying there like that, craned up, and I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what the fuck is going on back here?
Somebody just
back Charlie horsing me in the back.
Yeah, no, I just, dude, overnights just suck. Overnights will like fuck your body up before the sleep will. Like just the shift itself will fuck your body up. Like when they told me I was going overnights, I didn't have any choice.
That's fucking
I started on day shift, like morning shift. So I would get off at like 4 in the afternoon. And I'd have the rest of the night to do whatever the hell I want. peak season started, and they were like, "Hey, well, you and Jay, you guys started last. Like, you guys were just hired on last."
You guys drew the short straw.
Other than the people that had just gotten hired for overnights, so they didn't obviously have a say in it either. But they got hired on overnights, so they were like, "Well, they need help really bad, so you guys are going overnights." And I'm like, "You're fucking with me, dude. You are fucking with me." I didn't want anything to do with it, and they said it's okay. It's just for a couple months while we're hiring, and then we'll send you back, and we'll rotate you off. 6 months later,
guys, we can't find anybody out there that wants a job.
Exactly. And they did, but they cycled through, and they would last like a month, and they'd leave. They didn't care. They came for like a month or so, and then they would leave. And Jay and I were pretty much stuck on overnights until I moved. So it was absolutely no point in me going back on day shift.
Good God, man.
Yeah, it was, dude, that was a long 6 months. 5 12-hour shifts and mandatory Saturdays for like 4 of those months, which was another 8-hour shift on top of that. So I only had Sundays off.
I couldn't. I can hardly do. I just did 2. And that's the usual rotation is you'll do 2 nights in a row. Sometimes you'll do 3, and the guy training me has pulled 4,
What
which
are you
is
doing
just fucking nuts.
Security?
I'm a security
Okay,
guard
yeah.
now. Which
That's
is
what I thought.
the job is basically like house maintenance. So like I'd be changing light bulbs, and I can't see where I'm pointing to. I would build furniture like this. I'd build someone's office desk. I'd wheel it down to their office. I'd set it up. I'd paint their walls.
Where is it at?
Do whatever. Memorial Hospital. It's just like
hospital. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 4-minute drive.
I got it mixed up with the bank thing that you're talking about.
No,
so I was
didn't work
like,
out at
I was
all.
like, did you get the security thing at the bank? And then I was like, why would you need to do that at night? Because I'm sure they're locked up to the teeth.
They
at
are.
night.
Like, maybe.
I don't know. I guess they might. I guess banks are like notorious for getting broken into, I suppose. But
Well, I don't know about that. It's like a movie trope now.
yeah, that's what I meant. In the
Because you
movies,
don't-
they're notorious for getting broken into.
Because they don't keep like it's a register. They have registers at the bank where money. Well, I guess there's other safes you can go in and get it, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, you keep your drawers at a certain amount, just like you would do at any retail shop.
Yeah, I can't remember what our limit was when I was a cashier, but it wasn't a whole lot, to be honest.
I think when I worked the game store, it would be like 150 in the drawer.
Yeah, it was
Max.
like 150, 200, something like that, I think, at our store. It was when I worked at Food Lion, but
Yeah,
was years ago.
The security hours for me are 4:30 p.m. to 6 a.m., which is 13 and a half hours, and I'm used to working an 8-hour shift with an hour lunch and 2 15-minute breaks, which is like I'd work 2 hours, I'd go take a 15-minute break, chill out, and I'd be like, cool, I'll do another 2 hours, take an hour lunch because I'm getting hungry. Go work for the 2 hours, start getting EP, take a little break, and then I just leave after my final 2 hours. This is work from 4:30 to 11:30 at night, dying. I get a half-hour lunch, thank God. And then at 12:30, or is it 11? No, 11:30, you're halfway done with your shift. And you're like, fuck, this shit doesn't end.
Yeah, dude, I was on 6 to 6.
Yeah.
6 p.m. to 6 a.m., and that's exactly how it felt. It was just like, just trying to get to your next break. And we had 15-minute breaks.
Okay.
But again, we also were on forklifts in a warehouse, so we had to drive our forklifts to the parking area, get off our forklifts, go into the break room, and that's like all of that counted as part of our break. So by the time we actually got into the break room, it was only like a 10-minute break, and then we'd have to do all that again. And on overnights, dude, it was so dead and slow and like, oh my God, dude. They kept on saying, oh, that was the thing that frustrated me the most is like, they kept saying that they needed help, like over and over and over again. And I'm not even fucking kidding you. There were nights that I was there on overnights where I was sitting on my ass for hours, not doing a damn thing. But because they needed somebody at that station, they had to have me there.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you could have pulled anybody else that's already doing a job, because even the other, like some of the other stations and shit were also slow. That could have done this and that, and it would have ran just as smooth, if not better sometimes, because like the less people you have doing like the jobs and stuff, it's just more smooth. Like in peak season when it's fast on day shift, dude, there's like 20 something forklifts zooming around each other, like fast as, well, I say fast, like 8 miles an hour, but
Yeah.
feels fast
Like
inside a
go-karts.
warehouse. Yeah. And like cramped spaces and shit, dude, and carrying these big mounds of like cardboard and shit. Oh, dude. But on overnights, no. God, no.
I think I still prefer nighttime, but like I wish I could work just until like maybe 2 a.m. max.
Yeah,
Because
that wouldn't be too bad.
What's fucking up my head the most is when I go in and it's hot as shit. It's almost dinner time, and I don't get to eat until midnight, and then I don't leave. When I start to leave, the sun is coming up.
Yeah.
Like I'm usually fucking. I'm exhausted as shit by 3 a.m. And then 4:30, the sun starts rolling up, and I'm like, oh fuck me. The day has begun, and that light makes me feel more awake. And then I come home, and I can hardly sleep. And if you're working back-to-back days like that, it's literally come home, take care of the animals, go to bed, wake up at like 2 p.m., maybe work out, have to eat, have to pack my lunch because they lock up the fucking coolers there with all the food in them. And then it's off the hi-ho, off the work we go again.
Dude, I couldn't even like stay up when I got home. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. But like when I was at Walmart, we would, like Toby and I would get home and we'd stay up for a couple hours until like 2 or 3 a.m. Yeah. Play games and shit, kind of wind down for the night and whatnot, just bullshit about the day basically. And we'd have plenty of time to sleep, wake up, like get coffee or whatever, and then go back to work. But on those overnights specifically, even when they were just like 10-hour shifts instead of 12s, I would get home and I wouldn't have any energy to do anything. Yeah. I would like go straight to sleep. And it was in a warehouse, a fucking Miracle Grow plant. They bottled, packaged, mixed, shipped everything all in this one plant. Dude, I would leave with like a thin layer of grime across my whole body. Like I would rinse my beard out sometimes and it would just be black water pouring off of my beard.
That's fucking gross. Yeah. Is there just a bunch of shit in the air?
It's just a big warehouse with like fuck tons of cardboard and shit in it basically.
Oh, okay.
And mixing chemicals and shit and like Miracle Grow, Roundup, Ortho, like all that stuff. They make that all in house.
I don't know how you breathe walking through all
that.
Hard.
Miserably hard trying to breathe. But in formulations where they mix the shit, like the air smells illegal. Like I can't even describe the stench that came out of the formulations area, because like you go down there and it's just a wall that you immediately start to smell it different from the warehouse. Like it just,
you got to go in there with a mason jar and start like collecting it and be like, I'm gonna turn this into a vape. Just see what,
die on contact.
Sell that.
Gone. Immediately dead. But dude, I don't know. I can't even describe the smell, but it smelled like I was breathing in something that was going to get me arrested.
Yeah, that's how I think Lawn and Garden was a lot like that when I was there in Walmart. Because when you go to stock all the like weed killer Roundup and all that other shit, like, and you could even feel some of it had like a greasier texture.
Yeah.
On the packaging.
Yeah, dude, it just
man, work sucks. Why can't I be fucking unemployed like you?
Do it.
How do I get to be as cool as you, dude?
Let go.
Let go.
Free yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I might be starting screen printing with this person that I know through my girlfriend. She knows somebody that's got a screen printing business, and her and her husband own a car detailing like shop and shit, and then she does like screen printing and stuff on the side, but she's about to not start hiring. She's about to hire an employee to help her out.
What's screen printing?
Like on t-shirts, like
okay.
Like this stuff.
Gotcha.
I actually don't know if this is screen printing or a different type of printing, but anyway, like that kind of stuff. And I've talked to her before. She's pretty chill, so I might be doing that. Depends on when she is hiring, but she says it's not going to be like immediate. It'll be here in a little while, probably like a month or so, if I had to guess. But so I might be doing that soon.
That might be a neat gig.
Yeah, and it would just be me and her. So like, I don't have to worry about customers. I don't have to worry about like
even better
like anybody, which I usually don't have a problem with. I can talk to anybody. Matter of fact, the whole time I was at Walmart, I have had obviously run-ins with some really shitty customers. Everybody does in retail, but
Yeah.
a good majority of my issues were with management. Like management and a couple of other people. Like when I was a lead or a manager or a supervisor of any kind, if I had people under me, I had more issues with people like in that regard than I did with customers most of the time.
Yeah, that was something I even brought up to customers while I was still working at Walmart. Is like they're like, you like it here? I'm like, no, the worst part about this is the people, and it's not the customers.
Oh yeah,
It's
no.
usually management. Customers are nothing. Usually they
You
like
have-
to hear that you're miserable.
You have
It's funny.
significantly less time with customers than you do with
Yeah.
anybody else in the store. And when you have people that are over you and they're just complete and total asshats and they don't care about you or they don't want to hear what you have to say or they try to tell you how to do the job that you were hired for,
Yep.
that you know how to do already. Like keep in mind, I was doing what I did for years before I got the job again, basically in Keokuk. And they were trying to tell me like more efficient ways to do stuff. And I'm like, dude, I have been in retail my whole working life, other than the short stint that I did as a janitor and the preschool teacher thing. Like that was it. I've been in retail otherwise.
Damn.
I know what the fuck I'm doing. Don't leave me alone. Like, come on.
Let me tell you how to do it.
Seriously, I'm like, dude, you hired me for this position. Let me do my fucking job. Just let me do it.
You think they would know too, because they would have to look and see how long you've been with, because you were
Yeah.
with Walmart at the Centerville store for like a long fucking
Mhm.
time before coming back as an underling and then going back up to team lead again.
Yeah, and I like, they knew that. I'm not going to say names, obviously, but there was a manager who I actually liked. She wasn't that bad. That knows my mom personally. My mom is literally a workhorse. Like she just works and works and works and works and works. That's all she ever does. She doesn't even need to. She just does it because she just wants to stay busy. And when I'm at work, that's what I do. I don't like to do that outside of work because I'm definitely a play now, work later kind of person.
Yeah.
But at work, dude, I'm always doing something. Like obviously I hit a point where I was like burning out really hard at Walmart. So that productivity definitely plummeted, but ultimately leading to me to get fired. But
We've both been wrongly fired.
dude, it was the stupidest thing too, because I've been caught like climbing into steel. I've been caught riding pallet jacks. I have literally cussed my managers out. I have told a manager to his face to go fuck himself. I'm not even kidding. I have had like blow up hissy fit arguments in the office. I have told managers at my meetings and stuff. Like I've laughed in their faces. I actually don't care about this person, but you know Burke, do you remember him?
Yeah.
Dude, I blew up. I like laughed in his face because he was trying to tell me something, like just being an ass about it in front of my whole team. And I got fired because my time punches were fucked up.
Nicely done.
I'm like, dude, how you got a whole list of things that are way more fun to fire me for.
way more fun.
That would have been so much cooler of a story at the very least. And you fired me for my time punches?
You should have brought that up.
Get out of here, dude.
You should have been like, no, hang on, these are cooler. Write these down.
Yeah. I have these. I have to just pull out a list that I wrote
Scroll.
down with like crayon. Writing down in my back pocket.
You got like an Applebee's menu, like kids menu that you've been writing on in crayon. And you're like, no, look, I did this.
Dude, I don't know. I to hell, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me, but there are plenty of other things that they could have fired me for, and they chose to just. I don't know if it's because I was having an issue with the store manager at the time, but I'm assuming that's probably all it was. But who knows? I'm honestly glad it happened, though, to be honest with you, because Walmart has a way of like having a chokehold on you.
Yeah, they do.
Even though like we sit here and bitch and cry about it all the time, but like for some reason there is just something about it that just keeps you there.
It's hard to get away from it because most of it is like cake work, and it's hours that you get to set for the most part. If you want to, you can go in and make your own schedule, and you get paid decent money.
Yeah.
And that somehow outweighs all the bad shit. Somehow it does every fucking time.
I couldn't even tell you why, but from an outside perspective now, like I would never go back.
Yeah, I haven't.
If I can help it, I'm never going back.
I haven't been at the security job long enough, and I have to do. It's not just the household keeping whatever bullshit, but like there's also the main part of the job that sets you apart from maintenance is like when we get psych patients in.
Mm.
So people that are like suicidal or they've had brain injuries, so they're getting like physically aggressive.
Mm.
I have to be there to like restrain them or to bring down the situation. And like even having to do that, my second night, I had this teenage boy come in. He was fucking completely drunk, out of his mind. His reading, he was blowing 0.25.
Damn.
The legal limit is 0.08.
Jesus.
Here anyway, it is.
Yeah.
And this is like a 120-pound kid, like my weight. So he's like 40% alcohol at that point,
Yeah.
with some other medication in him. And he comes in and he's just like crying and babbling because he hopped out of a truck and face planted. So he's all fucking cut up. He's soaked in piss. I had to strip him down naked, get his piss-soaked clothes out of there, get a diaper on him, get him to an MRI machine. I'll still take doing that for 45 minutes over working at fucking Walmart.
God
Honestly,
damn.
I would. Just because I know that, like, that's it. I'm helping someone and everyone's chill. Versus at Walmart, like I don't bag the fucking milk and someone is right there on my ass to be like, hey, you did it wrong, fuck you, instead of ever coming up and being like, thank you for whatever you do.
Dude, I've gotten concussions. I've gotten close to concussions. I've broken fingers. I've gotten gashes in my hands and stuff, like box cutters and like jagged lips on carts and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I all of that stuff. None of them ever gave a fuck.
No.
None of them ever cared.
Mm-mm.
I came up
paperwork.
to yeah, exactly. I came up to one of my managers. I have a scar on my thumb still right here from a cart. It was like one of the old like the fold up carts and shit that we got rid of. They don't have them anymore.
Okay.
But there was like this jagged lip on the bottom of it, and I was putting a box in there, just like slit right down my hand, just blood everywhere, and I was like, well, that fucking hurt. And I went and like told my boss, hey, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go wash my hand. And they were like, well, make sure you come in here and write down an incident report while when you get done with that. And then they just like sent me back out to the floor. I'm like, dude, I'm like still bleeding. It's been like an hour. Like it's still coming out.
It'll buff out.
Yeah. And then this wasn't even at Walmart, but at Target, I broke my finger. I slammed it in my car door. And it was quite clearly broken and swollen. And like I called my boss, and it was in the parking lot. I was at work, so I wasn't even trying to get out of work. I was already there. I was coming in for the day, and I called my boss from the parking lot, and I'm like, "Hey, I just broke my finger, and I unloaded. Like I was one of the unloaders. Like, yeah, I need that hand really badly." And she was like, "Oh well, if you don't come in for that, then just don't bother coming back at all."
Are you fucking kidding?
Yes, this is at Target.
Jesus.
In Burlington. I was like, whatever, dude. So I went back and I went into the store and I went and got some popsicle sticks and put a like makeshift splint around it. And I went and unloaded the truck with it because like I couldn't afford to not have a job. They don't give a shit, dude.
No,
they don't care.
They got quota. They got numbers to meet.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Holy shit.
Even delivering for Amazon was better than Walmart.
Yeah, the dude you threw the package at, slipping on ice and whatnot.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, he wasn't even out there. I did that myself.
Well, didn't he come and yell at you? Wasn't that the shtick?
No, that was a complete and total different guy. That was
okay.
Because he thought that he claimed that I allegedly tore up his driveway.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That's what that was about. No, the ice thing, I almost fucked, dude. I laid there for a second, defeated. It was like frozen, and it had just rained the night before, so the whole driveway was like glistening ice.
Beautiful.
So I get out of the car, and I'm like being really careful. I'm stepping up or whatever, and I got the package. I took 2 steps, and my feet were over my head, dude. I landed on my side, my elbow and shit, knocked the wind right out of me, and I just laid there on the floor like, Please, God, take me.
I don't even think it was 2 weeks later that happened when you did laundry, right?
No, that was when Willow busted my ankle because she left a stick on the porch.
Never mind.
Yeah, that was a whole. Well, that was close though. That was like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And I'm going outside, and there's a stick that my lovely, sweet, lovely angel baby Willow, my dog that I love so much to death, and I never, ever, ever wanted to cause any bodily harm to her whatsoever,
God
had left me a stick.
now.
She just left it on the
one.
porch, dude. And my ankle, my ankle went from this to this. I heard a snap, crackle, and a pop, dude. I was like, oh yeah, that hurt. And then it hurt so bad that night that like I was having cold chills. Like I had a fever from the pain.
You get the meat sweats.
Yeah, that shit hurt. And then like I'm dealing with this shit for like a month now, and I'm going to do laundry. It's still cold. And the fucking steps up to my laundry room are iced up. And the whole time I'm like limping, I'm hobbling around, my ankle's busted to shit. And I'm going to get my shit out of the dryer, and I'm like, all right, I need to just take this one step at a time. One step is all I took. I slid all the way down them stairs, all the way to the floor. My laundry went up in the air. And the first thing that I thought of, other than like just like raging for a second, because I was like hurting, like physically in pain everywhere. My hip, my back, my ankle that was already fucked up. The first thing I thought of once that resided was, I need to go check the security footage on this shit, dude. Because
I thought you were gonna say, man, now the laundry's dirty again.
Oh hell no, dude!
It's the ground.
I'd still wear it, dude. I'm not doing that shit ever again. But I went back and I pulled up the security footage on my phone so I could watch it. All you see is my head disappear into the ground because I fell down the stairs and the angle that it's at, dude. You just see me drop so fast, dude. Yep. Oh, it was funny, but it hurt. Oh my god, it hurt so bad. Oh man, but yeah, no, Amazon was way better than Walmart. Well, that's why I'm unemployed. I'm unemployed and been living
full circle. We just brought it back.
Yeah, finally got back to the point. But
if there was one,
yeah, there isn't. There's no point. Do drugs, live in a box.
Is there a point to anything in life?
No.
Do you think? Never mind. What's the Steve Buscemi line in Spy Kids? Do you think God stays in heaven because he's afraid of what he's created down on earth?
Yeah. I had no right to be that deep on Spy Kids 2, which is the best Spy Kids, by the way.
Hey, speaking of, now I can do my movie update transition. Thank God.
Started talking about movies.
Let's find a happier note here. I got something in the store here. Do I? Where's the fucking peas at? There it is. I found this fucking jewel at Walmart. I've had this in my list. They just fucking randomly had the best Power Rangers ever. Power Rangers Dino Thunder. They had the full series. Sealed and packaged up, $12. I had it on a watch list for $17 on eBay.
I feel like I've seen this one.
It's really good.
When did this come out?
Apparently way later than I thought. I thought it was
2012. Like... What the hell? Okay, no, I have not seen this then.
I don't think it actually was 2012. It can't have been 2012.
It says 2012 right there.
I know it does, but I feel like I watched that when I was 8 years old or something like that, which would have been 2008. I'm gonna look it up. Power Rangers Dino Thunder.
I never got into the Power Rangers. I never got into it at all.
You are yeah, 2004.
Oh, okay. Then I have seen this one.
First episode date was February 14th, 2004.
So I have like a personal vendetta against Power Rangers because every time we would go over to my grandma's house, my mom's mom, when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid, probably not so much when my siblings got older because it wasn't the same situation. We'd go over to my grandma's house and she had this whole room, like this big ass room full of DVDs and VHSs and like
my grandma has the same thing in her bedroom.
Everything.
VHS everywhere.
Yeah. And she would always tell us to go, or at least me, she would tell me to just go pick a movie and she'll put it on for me while like all the adults and like aunts and uncles and shit were talking at the table and whatnot. So I'd go in there and I'd look for something and I'd find like Nightmare Before Christmas or like Hellboy or the stuff that in my brain, like my little kid ass brain was like, this is what I want to watch. And she would always be like, no, let's just watch this instead. And she would put Power Rangers on. I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking watch this. I don't want to watch this. I want to watch Hellboy or like literally anything other than Power Rangers. I would always pick something else. The Black Cauldron I picked once. That's a Disney movie, and she was still like, nah,
Power Rangers.
Power
You're
Rangers.
gonna watch a bunch of really colorful ninjas with Transformers fucking play around.
And that's why I had such a vendetta against Power Rangers growing up, because by the time we get home, I wouldn't want to watch Power Rangers anymore.
Oh man, you missed out. I'm sorry, I guess you didn't miss out. You had to experience that. That sucks to be forced into watching that.
Yeah.
I would always watch Power Rangers if I had the chance to. It was Power Rangers or it was Land Before Time. Those were the two VHSs that got worn out at my grandparents'.
I've got a slight gripe with Land Before Time. Same reason, but not at my grandma's house. So when I was going to daycare, when I was a wee lad going to daycare, they would have movie days where we would all would gather up on the like big ass carpet and shit, and they had this TV and they'd like let us pick a movie. Dude, the amount of times that they picked Land Before Time to watch. Now, like, I'm not even kidding. There's like 50 movies here that they could choose from, just sitting on the shelf. We could have picked any of them. It was like always Land Before Time.
Guys, can we watch Hellboy?
Seriously, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, can we please watch Nightmare on Elm Street? Please. Nah, but they always picked Land Before Time and the fucking one of the Chipmunks cartoons. I can't remember which one it was. I'm like, I don't want to watch the fucking Chipmunks for the 30th time in a row. Like, come on now.
I've got I think you may have just unlocked a core memory or something. I think it's just the atmosphere of it. But like I remember the smell of daycare being just the worst thing ever. I think I only ever went to one, like maybe a couple times. We watched Robots once. That
would have been lit.
Animated movie.
I would have loved to watch Robots.
I never cared for it as a kid. I need to watch it again.
Now
that I'm an adult, I know.
It's so, dude. Deanna and I quote Robots so many times. It's not even funny.
But I remember like just the smell of fucking cereal and milk, like specifically the Fruit Loops back then, and just fucking 2% milk.
Back when they smelled better.
And it just smelled like babies throwing up all the time. It's fucking gross. I hate the smell of milk now because of stuff like that.
The smell of daycare is just always kind of like musty children.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. I can't describe that any better.
And I can't watch kids eat without being grossed out. Like when kids are like, they start smashing their food and they fucking throw it in their face and they're slobbering.
My girlfriend's got a 10-month-old.
Yeah.
And he eats those little pouches, like those little like fruit pouches.
Yeah, those
like
go-go squeezes.
Like the puree shit in there or whatever. And when he's at his high chair, we just let him do it. Just have at it. Do whatever you're gonna do.
Slurp that thing down.
But every single time that little shit is sitting with me and I'm feeding it to him, he tries to grab it. And I'm like, no. No. I've seen you at your high chair. It ain't not happening on me, bud. Because there was one time I handed it to him. And he's just like having a good time, but he knows that no one's holding him. So he's like also playing and just doing baby stuff, right? He drops it and then he picks it back up upside down and he's just like slamming it onto the high chair and it's just like spurting out the end like violently out the side. And I'm like, oh, hell no, dude. So he only ate like half of it and the rest of it ended up everywhere else. And his arms are only like this short, but somehow he'll get like food on the back of his head. How the fuck do you even do that? How do you do that, man?
Babies wear their food.
Yeah, I know. It's wild. You gotta keep yourself a fucking paper towel or a baby wipe with you at all times, man. But if I'm feeding him like with a spoon or some shit, dude, I got that baby wipe on deck, ready to go. Yeah, just whip that shit out, wipe his face real quick. We're good to go.
Wear a suit with a pocket square, but it's actually just baby wipes. I can whip it out, wipe their face.
It's a little dispenser of baby wipes. Oh man, I love that.
Dress up as a clown sometime to scare the kid, and then when they're like covered in food and shit and they're screaming, you go like you're whipping out the scarf, but it's a bunch of baby wipes all wrapped together.
That's a smell I don't like. Baby wipes, yeah. I don't like the smell of baby wipes. I don't know what it is, but just the smell of them is just like not okay.
I don't like the sterile wipes that we have at the hospital. Because I'd go in, I'd tell my mom when I was younger, like, man, I fucking hate the smell of shots. It's not the needle or the.
Are you talking about like
shit.
the sandy wipes and shit?
Yeah.
With like the alcohol in them?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
It burns my nose going in there.
It's just like, it smells like sweeter hand sanitizer.
I just panic. I feel like I'm about to get my blood drawn, and that's gonna.
Oh yeah.
I know that's gonna make me pass out.
I don't fuck with that. I don't like getting my blood drawn.
Did I tell you what happened when I got my blood drawn for the physical for this security job? I went in.
No.
I went in, and of course, I don't have any medical records because I haven't been to a doctor in like 10 years. So they're like, well, if you don't know for sure, you don't have medical records because you don't have a doctor, we're just gonna draw a little bit more blood. And I'm getting the physical. She's asking me, have you had this shot before? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, okay, we'll check that box. We'll check that. We'll check that. She's checking a lot of fucking boxes.
Oh my
dude.
God.
That pen's gonna run out of ink soon.
You need to chill out with them checks.
Yeah. She asked me if I had gotten the COVID vaccine. I'm like, thank God, I have my card. Like, I got dates for this one.
Don't check that fucking box.
But I got to labs, and I see like 4 or 6 vials out, and I'm like, that looks like a lot.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, it's okay. We're just gonna draw up to like this much because there's a little gelatinous fluid in there. I guess that's how they swirl out the shit around. Whatever. Probably spit in it. I don't know. But they got that set up, and I asked her, I'm like, are you okay with me passing out? And she's like, no. Why do you do that? I'm like, well, yeah, normally, because I used to not weigh enough, but like if you want to take a little bit, I'll be fine. She's like, okay, well, we're only filling them up to this much. I'm like, oh, thank God. Then she opens a drawer and pulls out a whole fucking shelf of more vials.
We're only pulling out this much, but we're gonna do it 16 times.
Me? You got another guy coming in here? Who's this? I don't have enough blood in my body for that, but yeah, she started drawing all the fucking vials. She's like, all right, one last one, takes it, and I'm like, yeah, there it is. I'm getting lightheaded, and then I just passed out. And of course, when you pass out, you wake up and your head fucking hurts. You're yawning, and then my stomach started hurting, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna throw up. And she hands me a thing. I fucking throw up. I'm covered in sweat. After I've never passed out and then thrown up afterward, but I threw up fucking twice doing that, and then I had to go smile and get my picture taken for my ID badge. It's like, I'm good. She's like, you get to drive home. I'm like, I can drive.
Trust me, I've done this before.
So yeah,
I'm a professional.
I drive better drunk. That's what I should have told her.
No, dude, when I was a kid, I had my blood taken once, and I hated getting my blood taken, especially as a kid. Like, I'll suck it up and do it now, but like I refused when I was little.
Yeah.
And they opted for the finger prick one instead of like drawing it from a vein, just because like that's just easier generally for kids and whatnot. But it takes longer because they have to like constantly like squeeze your fucking thumb and like get blood out of there and shit, and then they gotta fill up all those vials and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, my mom and I were getting on the elevator to like go back down to the parking garage to leave, down to the next floor to check out or something like that. And we get into the elevator, and I'm starting to get lightheaded, like super lightheaded, and I was just like holding on to my mom because I felt like I was gonna fall over. And I did. I passed out in the elevator.
Oh, no.
So my mom and this other random lady, stranger that was in the elevator, like, helped me up and, like, carried me into the fucking waiting room to let my mom check out and whatnot. And they brought me, like, muffins and shit to eat, like a little juice box and shit to get my blood sugar back up. But, yeah, no, I've definitely passed out from taking blood.
I hate it. I hate that feeling so much.
It's not fun. That is a horrible, horrible time. The only other time that I've, like, fainted from anything like that is when I got this tattoo right here, and it's because I hadn't eaten anything that day, and it didn't really hurt all that bad, but I think that the initial shock of doing it, like just the millionaire there, was like enough to get me to like black out for a second. And I came back to, and I was I asked my tattoo artist, I was like, hey, can I get like a glass of water? I'm like super lightheaded right now. And he's like, oh, yeah, we can go get some water or whatever. And they just brought me a cup of water. But Same feeling though. It shit sucks. The only difference is you've got searing pain coming out of your fucking hand.
Yep.
Or wherever else you're getting tattooed. But
yeah, that was my arm that I got my very first tattoo, and it's just like not even 10 lines.
Mine weren't too bad. I didn't think that that area was that bad.
Got halfway into it. Well, I've got a massive piece coming up on this side, so we're going right back to it. Yeah, next week I've got that one going on. We're gonna see. I'm putting on numbing cream for it just because I'm too scared of what's gonna happen.
Some Bactine, just Bactine spray that bitch down. It only lasts for like 5 minutes, and then you gotta reapply it. But
yeah, that's the problem with the numbing cream. That's why when I got oh yeah, I can show that. Look at that. I had to get that tattooed on the back of my calf, man. That 15 minutes of pure bliss, totally fine, loved it. Felt like I was just putting a sock on. Like that's how rubbing against that felt. And then it was fucking torture.
Dude, the back of my calf.
It was burning in agony.
Just lines, just the horde symbol lines. That shit fucking hurt.
Yeah.
I was screaming profanities in that fucking tattoo room.
Actually, let me see the Greg.
Greg.
Yeah, look at that boy.
I gotta get him colored in.
That looks pretty good from here.
It's pretty crisp. Just needs color, that's all.
Yeah, maybe it just needs to be healed over, but the lines look really straight and all that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Deanna's Jason Funderburger looks pretty damn good too.
One of the other ideas I thought of for if I get a over the garden wall one is I'm gonna get the upside down tea kettle, but I'm gonna have it like look like an actual elephant.
Oh hell yeah!
I think that'd be kind of neat.
That would be pretty dope. I was heavily considered doing The Rock as well.
Dwayne?
Yeah. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, yeah. No, the fucking Rock Facts Rock.
Yeah.
I was like really, really considering that, but then I was like, nah, if Deanna's gonna get one with me, it's gotta be Jason Funderburger and Greg. It has to be. And I wanted Greg somewhere or something representative of Greg because he's my favorite character, but yeah, that was just like a given.
I'm Team Beatrice all the way.
Fuck Beatrice, dude.
She's awesome.
She's an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
She's an absolute asshole. So is Wirt.
Wirt is fucking. I don't even know what you would classify that as, but there's like, he's got a lot going on up there.
Yeah, he does. He's got
some kind of obsessive compulsive stuff.
Yeah.
The absolute need to be. I don't even know. He doesn't want to be a leader. He doesn't want to do anything. He just wants. Everybody wants everything to be in order.
Yeah. I don't know, but Wirt's a fucking asshole. So is Beatrice. I want the Highwayman so bad. Dude.
I still think Auntie Whispers. Just a big ass Auntie Whispers.
No.
Big on the forehead.
Oh, God, no. Dude, no. The Highwayman, no. I'm the Highwayman. Dude, I love that scene. I just wish there was a full version of that song. I wish there was. Like, it is on Spotify, but it's just the short version of it. It's like less than 60 seconds long.
Damn. What a missed opportunity. A shame. I guess you have to extend it.
It's so good, dude. I mean, I could just download the file and like copy and paste it over and over again. Oh, dude. I don't know. I love it. It's so good. The intro and outros are also phenomenal.
Yeah.
I can listen to those every day.
Yeah.
Love them.
I looked up the soundtrack for it, and to get the record, like a record like that Def Leppard one we've got over there that no one else can see I'm pointing to, it's like $80 or more. I think it's more than that, actually. It's fucking crazy. Let me look this up. We need a person that we can say, like Jamie pulled up.
Yeah.
But it's just one of not Google, damn it. I was on eBay. I do all my shopping on eBay.
Do you watch Meat Canyon?
Not enough. I'll watch a little bit of it when he's just coming up in my TikTok feed.
His other channel, like his side channel where it's just him like doing commentary stuff. He's got his cameraman. I think his name's Nick. And he banters with the cameraman, like with Nick the whole time. It's fucking awesome.
Okay, I lied. So there's one that's sealed for $130.
God damn.
85 plus shipping, 100, and that says great price.
Yeah, okay.
It looks sick though.
It does look sick. It does look sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you watch Godzilla -1 yet?
No.
Fuck you, dude. I was hoping when you came over today you'd have time so we could watch it on this awesome TV.
No, not today.
You suck.
I don't. I need to watch it though. I've been wanting to watch it, but I've just been so goddamn busy.
You might hate me for this.
What did you do? Oh,
I bought
another one?
I bought one just so I could actually have one to open and watch. This one wasn't $130 though. This one was $20. So. Also,
Dude.
it looks fake. Like the coloring on this Odo Island Godzilla and the flames in the background all looks like it came out of a printer that had less than 10% of its ink left.
Yeah, it looks very washed out.
It's got plastic on it though. That means it's good, right?
It's probably just the creative direction they were going.
Yeah, that's Japan for you. I mean, for a movie that costs $15 million to make, they're probably not going to put a whole lot of fucking money into printer ink for the 4K.
No, probably not. I don't collect physical media like that. Not anymore. I started collecting like CDs and shit for a while, but I don't know. I do everything digital now because I've grown to the point where I do not like clutter if it's not stuff that I use all the time.
Okay.
So like I try not to collect physical media because I know I'm just going to stream it.
I feel so bad for you. I mean, I have piles of shit everywhere, of course, now, but like, now I have it. I own it. This is mine.
It's cool.
These are mine now.
It's cool. It's cool to look at. It's fun to have, I guess, but I just can't.
I will say for like most of these steel books, it is totally pointless though, because I have them just because they're like art and I get to just look at them. Because a lot of these that are sealed, I'm not gonna, like, I refused to open the.
I would have even bought that.
No?
X-Men Apocalypse?
You don't like
Hell no.
Apocalypse?
It was awful.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It is awful.
Are you fucking kidding
Ask
me?
anybody that's seen it.
Yeah, most people don't like it, but I thought it was really good.
It's not.
That's my second favorite X-Men.
You're out of your fucking mind.
Days of Future Past is the best, obviously, but damn.
X-Men Apocalypse is your second favorite?
Yes.
You're out of your mind.
It's really good.
No, it's not.
Dipshit. Yeah, it is.
It's awful. Other than the fact that Oscar Isaac is in it.
I didn't need to show you that one. That was also
Yeah,
movie
no,
update.
that's dope.
That's the Green Knight.
Yeah. We have mentioned this on the podcast before.
Yeah, because I watched it and I was like, this is the most incredible random story that I don't know what it is. I don't know how to understand it. And I looked it up after.
Yeah, that's dope.
Watch the Green Knight. Watch Godzilla -1.
Strong sex references, bloody images.
Yeah, because he's getting his meat beat by whoever.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
And she's like, you want this scarf or whatever? He's like, yeah. He's like, and she's like, okay, you're going to have to come. And then he does. He's like, oh, man, I fucked up being a knight. Whoops.
Oopsies.
Oh, wait, that's not how that goes.
The most recent movie I seen was Furiosa. That was like
You said that doesn't really even compare to Fury Road, but it was still
close.
Like a decent movie, right?
It was all right. My first watch through, my only watch through, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, dude, I hate McAfee. I don't know why they're like, do you want to accept this fucking super virus? I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I want it. As long as I'm not paying you money every year.
Yeah. I gave it a 6 out of 10 upon initially watching it. But I need to watch it again just to be certain of that, because I'm pretty sure I'm giving it that 6 out of 10 because of Chris Hemsworth. I think I'm just getting burnt out of Chris Hemsworth.
That's fair.
He's not funny anymore. He's literally just playing like a fat Thor in Furiosa, pretty much. Just like kind of unhinged, a little kooky. Except he's a little more violent is all, and he's not drunk all the time.
Okay.
But that's literally the only thing I can think of. And he's got a prosthetic nose. Other than that, he looks exactly like Fat Thor. Or, well, not Fat Thor, but like Muscle Thor anyway.
Do you have Letterboxd, the app?
No.
Because it's like Goodreads, where it lets you, whenever you watch a movie, you can look it up and you can rate it, and then it'll add it to like your library. I don't know. That's fun stuff for me. Just watch if I watch a movie or I read a book and then I can log it so I know, like I can talk about it later and be like, yeah, I gave it this and I'll talk about it. Yeah. But it'll let you I don't know, I just like cataloging that stuff. It's fun.
I like making lists, so
it will give you it's a 5-star rating option, but on this one you can do half stars as well. On Goodreads you can't do half, which I fucking don't understand at all. But you can also leave notes too on why you gave it what it was.
You seen Onward?
I did, and I was bored out of my mind.
I loved Onward, dude.
I don't know why, if I just wasn't in the right headspace for it or something, but it was just another movie to me.
I'm also like an older brother, so it hit different.
Well, same here, but like, yeah, I don't spend any time with my younger siblings, unfortunately.
I always forget you have siblings, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm basically an only child.
But Deanna's like one of my best friends. Caden, I'm also very fond of. He's all right. No, I'm just kidding.
He's okay.
I'm just kidding. I love
He's
Caden
okay.
to death, but like
makes a mean fucking delivery boy, let me tell you.
Yeah, he does. Maybe making a cameo in our surprise video we got coming out as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
That will be.
We need to discuss that a little bit at some point before I head out today.
Yeah, that we do.
Get like a rough game plan going for that, but it's going to be stupid as hell.
It's going to be beautiful.
Dude, I've got this image in my head of it that's like once I tell it to you, you're going to be like, oh yeah.
Okay. I haven't acted since the Pizzaverse, so like
we're kind of washed up.
Yeah. I want to get better. I want to be better at acting, but like I don't know how to do anything. There's some like playing into my anger that I think makes it better, but like I can't be the happy chipper character in anything that I try to do.
You're not really a happy chipper person, though.
I know.
So it's probably why it doesn't come naturally.
I just gotta think that I'm getting steelbooks in the mail or something. I was really hoping we were going to be recording that video today because I was like, oh man, if he says 10 a.m. and I got to be there, I'm just not going to sleep. And I'm going to go over there pissed at him. And that's going to be way better for what we're doing.
Nah, Caden gets out at noon. So anytime after that, I think.
Yeah, I'll be in bed at a much... I can't say a much better time because I didn't get up until 2:30 or 3 this afternoon.
Well, I mean, the earlier you can get there, the better. But regardless, as long as it's after Caden's back, it doesn't really matter.
We'll make it happen. Is there anything else you want to shoot the shit about on the camera? Any other life updates?
Not really. This was like I guess it wasn't really spur of the moment. We originally planned to come up here for the 2x4s thing that my mom does, the nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
But Deanna was transitioning jobs. Like she was like right in the middle of switching over to a different job. So it just didn't work out. So we were like, fuck it. Let's just go out there a little later, hang out. And then, so we had no plans coming into this. We just came and we're like, we're just going to try to hit everybody up, say hey to everybody and shit. And
yeah,
the plane ride here, that'd be fun to talk about. That
Yeah.
was stupid as fuck. So I thought that our flight left Rhode Island at 7 a.m. So we got there at 6 a.m. to check in and everything.
Yeah.
I've only flown like 4 times my whole life. So in my head, checking in is telling the airport, hey, I'm here.
No.
Okay. So in my head, when people are saying check in a day before or 2 days before or a week before or whatever, in my head, I'm thinking, why would I do that if I'm not there? You know, like my brain is rationalizing that way.
I bought the ticket. They got me in the system. I'm good.
So I should be able to just click, 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 click when I get there, and I'm good. That's me checking in to tell them that I'm at the airport. I've arrived. So we get there at 6 o'clock. I was wrong. Our flight leaves at 6:28.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So we were 2 minutes too late because you have to check in a minimum of 30 minutes before.
That's
yeah,
bogus.
Or a maximum, I guess. Like no sooner than 30 minutes before. And or later. I don't know. I'm fucking myself up. Hey, you get my point.
I'm fucking myself.
So it wasn't letting us check in. It said you're too late to check in. So I went and talked to the dude at the counter, and he's like, yeah, it's too late to check in. And I'm like, all right, well, Now what? I don't know what to do. He's like, well, I can see if I can put you on a different flight. And he finds one for like 12:48 noon. So I'm like, okay, well, we have to take that because we already made all this plans. We're already here, all this kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
my girlfriend comes and picks us up from the airport again. She lives like right down the road, like not even a 5-minute drive down the road. And she was just about to lay down for bed because she dropped us off the first time. And she also got up a little earlier than she would have otherwise. Luckily, she hadn't gone to sleep yet. She comes to pick us up, and we just go back to her house. I pass out again for like a couple hours because I am dying. I am so tired. And finally, we get there. We're going through security. Everything's going good. We're fine. Get on the plane. Everything's literally smooth. Like, could not have been smoother.
Okay.
And all I wanted, and I don't do heights, by the way, but all I wanted was a picture of the sky and in the plane when I got up there. So I'm thinking, okay, if I'm in the middle seat, I'll just ask the person next to me, hey, you mind if I get a picture really quick? I got an aisle seat. So it was me, Deanna, person. So one, the aisle seat sucks, even if you don't like heights. Like, it's the worst place because you got people coming up and down the aisle and shit, and it's like this narrow of a fucking aisle.
Yeah.
When everybody gets off, they're getting all their luggage and shit. Their asses are in your face. It's awful. Anyway, so this lady had the window closed. She had the little screen down.
I was gonna say, yeah, you better have the window closed on a fucking airplane.
No, she cranked that shit down. No, she had the little screen over it so you couldn't see outside. And I'm like, fuck me, okay. She put headphones in, so I'm immediately like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with her. I'm just gonna leave it alone. So periodically throughout the flight, she cracks the thing open and she looks out and she slides it back closed. And I'm like, you're like, fuck her,
ma'am, can you sneak this camera up in there?
That's what I wanted to do, but she had headphones in, so I assume at that point, I always assume that they just don't want to be disturbed. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck with anybody. So anyway, she slays the thing back down. She does it again like 6 times. She just like opens it, looks it out, closes it, and then she just goes back to her movie or whatever for a little while, and she does it again. I'm like, fuck me, okay. So we connect in Atlanta. We get on the plane in Atlanta. And we have the furthest seat back that you could possibly have, but I got a window seat.
Nice.
So I'm like, hell yeah. But our seats are right in front of the bathroom.
That's a good spot.
You'd think.
That's heaven for me.
So
I gotta pee every hour.
So we're sitting there on the plane. Okay. And you gotta wait till you get all the way up in the air before you can unbuckle your seatbelt and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The second that seatbelt light went off, this man stood up. He fucking threw that seatbelt off fast as fuck. He stood up and he very, very briskly made his way to the fucking bathroom. A couple minutes later, he opens it and the bog of eternal stench pours from the fucking chambers of this bathroom. And Deanna and I are looking at each other, trying not to die laughing and also covering our face and shit like that. So he leaves and he sits down and this other man walks by to go to the bathroom, and Deanna and I are cackling like children thinking about this man's eyebrows singeing off of his fucking head when he goes into the bathroom and smells the absolute debauchery that he left in that bathroom. But anyway, that was fucking hilarious. I got plenty of fucking awesome sky pictures and shit.
That you did. I was impressed because like our video quality, those pictures though,
dude, my lens just ignored the grime that was on the window. Mm-hmm. I don't know how. That window was filthy, and my camera lens was just like, I don't care, and pushed past it.
Yeah, I would have thought like NASA took those pictures.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, what?
Satellite, the ISS took those pictures. It was clouds over Atlanta.
I was freaking out. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that, man? But anyway, so the only other like thing of note was when we were coming into St. Louis, there was a lot of turbulence, and I do not fuck with heights. Okay, so the whole time I'm just like, I am just praying to whatever the fuck is out there.
Not a terrorist. Please don't let it be a terrorist.
Please, for the love of God, help me. And then we land, and Toby messaged me and said that there was like tornado warnings and shit like that, and I'm like, well, at least we landed now, you know? If I would have read that while we were in the middle of the sky, I would have been like, no, dude, no. But as the turbulence is like shaking the plane and shit, we start to hear a cat meowing. And we're looking around like, is that a fucking cat? I was like, what? And we look over in the seats, like, across from us. There was this lady and her daughter, and she had this bag. And the little cat's head was popped out, like, meowing, freaking out and shit. And she's like, it's all right, baby. It's all right. It's all right. All right, get your head back in there. And she, like, zips the thing back up. And Tequila and I lost our shit, dude. We were laughing our asses off.
Yeah, I thought you had to, like, throw the animals in the storage.
That's what we thought.
But I guess that depends on the size of the plane.
She used it as one of her carry-ons. That was a loophole. I don't know, dude.
These people exploiting the United Airlines system, man.
Honestly, like, the cat was super chill. Like, I think he was only freaking out because of the turbulence. He was just like, oh, fuck. But the rest of the time, I didn't even know he was there.
God, our cats are always fucking freaking out when we take them to the vet because we have one of those bag carriers with netting. They can see everywhere. They're doing totally fine. The second the car door shuts, and the whole, and it's a 2-minute drive to the vet.
They know.
So yeah, we gotta unzip the top and stick my hand in there and pet. I'm like, you're fine. You're fine. You're probably not fine. That's why we're going to the vet. But you're fine.
Dude, they know when they're going to the vet. Cats hate the vet, dude. Dogs hate it too, but I think cats hate it way more.
Not Coop. He loves the vet. He's their favorite fucking patient down there. Yeah, he had
Willow doesn't mind it, but she's not a fan either. But.
Well, Cooper's had to go for like $1,200 worth of deworming surgeries, so now he's just like, oh, I'm gonna get treats.
That's awesome. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, no, that was all I had. I don't think there was anything else off the top of my head that I could think of.
Well, it's good to have you back. I'm glad you moved back here.
Yep, I moved back all the way from Rhode Island.
We're gonna start making videos again.
Yay! Didn't even make it a year in Rhode Island. Our official move-in date was August. So, like, just couldn't. I couldn't hack it. I couldn't hack it. I had to come back.
Well, find a place that's not Illinois or Iowa.
No, I love Rhode Island. Rhode Island's fucking awesome, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not moving from Rhode Island anytime soon. And if I did, it sure as hell wouldn't be back here.
I gotta go check out more places, but as long as I have my comfy chair over in the corner and my stuff,
dude,
I'm at home.
You and Sarah both need to come out and visit.
I know.
It's fucking gorgeous out there, man.
I would love to.
Prime time for recording videos.
Yeah.
So many scenic places. The food there is just
like the cornfields we got here?
It's fine for like a niche horror movie that's been done 500 times before.
Yep.
But there's options in Rhode Island and Mass and Connecticut and all that stuff. Matter of fact, if we wanted to record some kind of like thing like that, Connecticut is literally just this.
I don't like this. I don't like this place.
No, I'm just saying, like, if we ever had the urge to record something in a rural area, dude, Connecticut's literally a wasteland.
All right.
But otherwise, we can stay as far away from that fucking place as possible. Hell yeah. Anyway.
That's gonna do it for the episode /stream/ whatever this was. Thanks for coming over to me house and sitting on my fucking bench.
Hey, at least it's not like a wooden bench.
Yeah.
That'd be way worse.
It's just fucking metal underneath it here. It's not
There's at least some padding.
These cushions are mid as fuck.
It works. It functions. That's all that matters.
All right. Well, this has been a fun one. We'll catch you on the next one. Saved it.
That was his dubstep outro.
Yep.
His wub wubs. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Like the video. Subscribe.
I gotta get up and end this thing live.
Check us out on Instagram. Bye.